What's going on, guys? It's Crazy for Coins here. I'm back in the house, and I finally have time to make some more videos, hopefully, and I'll continue to try to pump out more of them. Anyway, the purpose of this topic is local coin shops. They can be kind of shady, and bullion exchanges, blatant mistruth, we'll call it, or a lie, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I started collecting coins when I was 13, 14, somewhere around there. And one of the coins that I had purchased, one of the most expensive coins, and I mean, I researched the crap out of this coin before I purchased it. I paid $135 for it, something like that, guys. Come on, son, really? Now you gotta come out when I'm... God, Lord. Anyway, nice 1873... If I can get the... There we go. Beautiful. Indian head penny. Still with a lot of decent red luster for an AU. So I purchased this coin. I really like this coin. The thing about it, though, is that I went to a local coin shop about a couple years after just to get an idea of what I potentially could get for it. Now, the coin shop, the person in the coin shop, he asked me what I graded this as, and I graded this as AU. And you could see, I don't know what is with this Samsung phone. They just, for whatever reason, they just don't focus, I find. And I looked up on YouTube, and other people with different Galaxies, Samsung Galaxies, have the same focus problem. I mean, I've tried shaking it, which does help a little bit, but it doesn't always work where you shake the phone and it helps adjust the focus. But anyway, this coin I grade as an AU. But this guy at the coin shop tried to tell me, oh, this is a VF coin, because there's only, and I can't really visualize this on this phone, unfortunately, but he tried to tell me because that there was only 2 diamonds showing on the ribbon that this coin is VF condition. Now I know for a fact that looking at this coin, it is an AU coin. There's no way this coin grades a VF. Secondly, from what I've read, and I have an Indian head, the Richard Snow published, I think, what is it, Whitman? Oh no, for the Red Book. I think Whitman and John Snow for the Red Book, but they had like a series, or still have a series going for all the different coins, and they get deep into all these different individual coins, where they'll go and they'll describe the mintages, the dye varieties, or as the Indian head pennies are, their snow varieties. And that's named for Richard Snow. But anyway, I believe it was in the book where it says you only grade diamonds. The only time the diamonds truly significantly matter is strike. And that more or less matters in the mint state grades. This is an AU coin. This is not a VF coin. No VF coin A is going to have natural red luster, this amount of red luster with this amount of detail. So this guy's blatantly lying. So this guy tried to offer me like $60-something for a coin that's worth $185 in the gray sheets. And that's assuming that this coin is brown. This coin has a red-brown luster, so I feel personally that it's worth more than $185 that is on the gray sheet. So anyway, just be careful, guys, with your local coin shop. It'd be nice if they wouldn't be so shady like that and just come out blatantly outright and say, I'm going to offer you $80. I understand these guys have to pay way back. They have to pay a certain percentage back from the gray sheets because they need to make a profit. And some of the stuff that they buy doesn't sell right away. Sometimes it sits in the shop a long time. And this is personal experience, guys, because I have a good I have a good relationship, a good friendly relationship with one of my local coin shops, where it's almost to the point where it's personal. But anyway, that's that. The other thing I wanted to mention briefly, I don't know if you guys already got this in the mail. Not really interested in this at all. I'm not really super crazy with the design. And, excuse me. See, just with the media and everything, it kind of makes me paranoid because I'm thinking like, oh, is this, are they putting a black guy and a white guy because they don't want to offend anybody? It's disgusting to the point where it's just, I wish sometimes I wouldn't think that way. But it's constantly with this media and constantly with today's day and age where it's just everybody has to be separated by race, religion, whatever. And it's just disgusting. Why can't we just all just get along? And stop looking at each other through race and start looking at each other through fellow Americans, assuming everybody is a U.S. citizen. But anyway, that's that. The other topic I'm going to talk to you guys about, which is relating to the, I'm just going to log back in, is this from Bullion exchanges, which I find funny. Yeah, I have too much time on my hands. I actually read sometimes the comments from people who are negative. But look at this, guys. Sold spotted coins. Says spotting is not a factor in value. Liars. Milk spots are normal occurrence and don't change the factor or value of coins. What the fudge? Are you serious? Wait, so you're telling me that they don't change the value of the coin. So you're telling me if I have a bunch of milk spots on my coin, you're going to buy it back at the same price as a regular coin? Okay, we're just going to make sure this is, Bullion exchanges right here. Now let's go to their website on Silver Eagles. Wait a minute. You just told me it didn't affect the value. As low as 1703, cull, damaged, circulated, cleaned. But it doesn't affect the value. Versus 1794 for a random year, normal Silver Eagle. So, what were you saying, Bullion exchanges? I think you kind of need to correct that comment. And it's not just that one. There's multiple other ones on Bullion exchanges that have the same thing where they leave the same feedback for this. So, that takes care of that. Boom. Okay. The final point that I'm going to make, and this is like an massively controversial topic, and I'm not going to get into it in detail right now. I have a lot more research to do. I will make a video on this because I've just been passionate about it for the past week. And have you guys ever heard of Europa, The Last Battle? The documentary and The Greatest Story Never Told? Basically, what it tries to do is basically say that the Holocaust as we know it didn't exist as we know it, aka Holocaust denial. So I have a lot more research to do, guys. I'm not saying the Holocaust existed. I'm not saying it didn't exist. I'm like in the neutral. I want to be neutral. I want to be open-minded. I want to say, okay, what are the deniers saying about it? What are their arguments? And what are the believers saying about it? Compare the arguments, try to separate fact from fiction, and then come up with a basis for a conclusion to where I want to believe the deniers or the people that say it's real. But it also tries to point out, the documentary tries to point out that Hitler was not a war-mongering psychopath, merely that he was a peace-loving German who had the best interest of his country. And the documentary pointed out a bunch of peace treaties and whatnot that he tried to propose to the Allies, but the Allies didn't want any part of it. And it got into quotes where, it said something, I have a habit of saying that, but like Winston Churchill, quote unquote, portrayed him as being a warmonger. And I just find it really interesting, guys. So leave a comment section of what you think about it. I'm going to do a lot more research because there's a vast amount more research that I have to do on it. All right, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a nice day.